Yeah, watching a show called BloodHounds. This joint's crazy. First episode, let's get it. So we got this dude by the name of Gun, you know what I'm saying? He likes boxing. Training every day to be the best he is, you know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that's an absolute beast, but you could tell he's got like a great heart. This guy was causing ruckus on the bus and he calmed the guy down and he got him off the bus. So he's been doing all this training at the gym. He gets home and then he finds out his mom runs a cafe, right? But the thing is, they ain't been getting a whole lot of people in because COVID-19 and whatnot. And on top of that, she owes money for the cafe, otherwise they're gonna shut it down. And she only got about a couple more weeks to pay it. So we found out he just loves boxing, but really he just wants to help out his mom and stuff. Now apparently his dad got some bad gambling debts or something like that. I'm not sure if he's alive or dead or not. But he left Gun and his mom with a bunch of debt. Then we get to the scene with the mayor and his VP or whatever. They're trying to build this building that takes like 400 billion wulon to rock, but the thing is they only got 300 billion. Then they bring in this guy, they think he's like a loan shark or whatever like that. And he said he's gonna offer to put the 100 billion up that they need. But his condition is he wants to build a casino on top of the building. There were two other conditions, I can't remember. But the big thing is the casino. So you think to yourself, why is the mayor even listening to this guy, right? Turns out this guy helped his dad years ago, you know what I'm saying? He never even knew he existed. So basically they had the discussion and then they go about their business, right? Turns out this loan shark guy actually be on some mafia boss shit. Some crazy motherfucker named Sengetsu. The reason he's doing this is basically to get that casino and then he can make more money off of them and the mayor and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get back to that in a minute. Now, Gun is supposed to be in this tournament or whatever like that, right? You got the boxing crew, he whipping everybody's ass. And you got this guy by the name of Mac that's in the tournament, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of a show-off when he boxes or whatever. And the final two come down to Gun and Mac. Guess who won? Gun did. So we find out Mac used to be in some branch of the military or whatever like that. That's why he got military peoples outside, you know what I mean, coaching them up and whatnot. So after Mac loses, his coach gives him like some money for some wulon or whatever like that. Some noodles or ramen or whatever the case may be, right? So basically, he ain't got as much money as people thought he did, you know what I'm saying? He just like the showboat and whatnot. So when Mac is leaving, he sees Gun still sitting there. He's like, dude, what are you still doing here? So basically the thing was he wanted the prize money was like 30,000 like wulons or whatever. But the thing is he's only going to use a little bit to eat. The rest he's going to give it his mom so she can pay off debts. So Gun ends up eating with Mac because basically everybody else left. So he was like the only one still chilling there or whatever like that. And then they get to talking. So they get this restaurant and they eat, and then we find out that Gun was actually part of the military too. They would actually serve the same type of branches. So this is how they start to get along and click together, you know what I'm saying? So now they're like a team kind of. So afterwards, Gun goes home, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to talk to his mom. He's trying to give her the prize money. Mom's not trying to accept it. And he's like, well, at least give it to your uncle then, because your uncle needs it. So regardless, she has no choice but to take the prize money. Meanwhile, Tatsu sent 3 of his most trusted advisors out there, you know what I'm saying, to tackle, you know what I mean, get a couple of these people the things. And basically, they're going to give them like loan sharks and whatnot. They get them investments on their businesses, but really, they're basically ripping them off. But they're preying on the fact that they're desperate because they haven't been getting a whole lot of customers and whatnot because of COVID and whatnot. Then we see a situation with Gun coming home and then like somebody's being chased or he's like, oh, somebody's in trouble. Then he's going around the corner. We see that the chick actually tased the dude. He's just laying there like, what the fuck? So he starts to chasing him. He ends up losing her and she ends up catching him off guard and tases him. And she's like, why you following me? And then she finds out this is not a guy that she thinks was following or whatever like that. He's like, you're an imposter. And then she just leaves him there. Then we get this situation where this lady's talking to this doctor, right? And she's trying to give this doctor so much money to pay back because the doctor ended up saving his husband's life. He's not trying to take it, but she insists, you know what I'm saying? So then he gets back in his room and he's checking off patients or whatever like that. And then we find out that same girl that was running around, you know, and she actually knows the doctor too. Turns out that's actually his granddaughter. She be stealing, pickpocketing and shit. But they do it to keep her father's business afloat, you know what I mean? So then we get this situation with Tatsu and the rest of his gang, you know what I'm saying? They playing around, they placing bets by this dude by the name of Bayo, right? Now Bayo is like Tatsu's right-hand man. They're betting that he can't break a watermelon to pieces or whatever with one punch. And of course he does that shit in one punch. Showing you how strong this nigga is. Then afterwards they get a call from the mayor and everything's a go. They're gonna build a casino when they build the building and get it popping. There's this older guy that was on the phone that was basically talking to the mayor or whatever like that. And basically he was the one that helped Tatsu get in that position in the first place. So to give his gratification, he gives them like 5 golden turtles. It's like 3.7 kilograms of gold in them. I'm like, yo. But he's basically doing that to let them know like, yeah, you with us. You already know what time it is. He gets home safe, they get him up out of there. So then we see Gun trying to go to the gym one day or whatever like that. Then the gym is temporarily closed. You think to yourself like, what the heck happened? He talks to the gym owner and says like, yeah, somebody had COVID, so we had to shut the whole thing down today. So basically he ends up going over to Mac's house after Mac tells him he's still been sleeping, but he's going to give his address anyway. More bonding time. So then it starts to get dark and then we're like, okay, what's going on here? Gun's mom gets a surprise visit from, you know, Tatsu's boys. And he tells you were supposed to pay a certain amount of money based off of interest or whatever like that, because clearly she didn't look at the contract. So basically she's like, what? The only reason she signed that shit because she was in debt in the first place, and then they accidentally give her twice as much money. So it's like, oh man. So then he gets his goons over there to trash the goddamn cafe. Mom calls her son, Gun is on his way. And at this time, pretty much Gun was walking home by himself. So if you were thinking to yourself, like, where's Mac at? Like, yeah, this was happening afterwards. Gun sees the commotion. He's like, all right, yo, what is this? Bottom line is, niggas about to get duffed. And that's exactly what happened. He ends up grabbing a smart guy, and all of a sudden, Tatsu comes through, and he sicks Bayo on him. And Bayo, the way he was fighting, he felt like he don't even feel no pain. I mean, like, he was getting a couple licks in, but bottom line is, Bayo finished him. And then Tatsu looks at him, he's like, yeah, you got some gumption, kid. You want to come work for me? And then he spits in his face. So what does Tatsu do? He basically just carves a scar on the Gun's face. I'm like, nigga. So what's the symbolism behind that? Well, during the interview he had with the mayor and the VP, whatever like that, he had some makeup on his face or whatever like that. So when he got in the car and he started wiping the makeup off, you see this long ass scar that's on his face. You're like, oh shit. Might have been battle wounds, war wounds, whatever like that. Bottom line is, this first episode was fucking nuts. About 8 episodes, an hour apiece. BloodHounds on Netflix. Check it out.